I'm killing time waiting for a timing chain to arrive. Abigail was missing the wire clip that holds the idle adjuster. Figured I'd have a crack at making some. This is my first attempt at bending up an idle adjustment wire for the bottom of the carburettor. I've done that using a piece of coat hanger wire. It seems to be about the same gauge. A series of holes drilled in this old block of wood. It's not perfect, but it's close, and I think it can be manipulated to work. I'm going to make another one. I'll try and show you in stages how that works. Starts with those two drills, which is a tight grip on the wire here, and the first wrap is from here just around that first drill, the black one. So that's the wire wrapped around the first drill there. The second drill is placed in the second hole, and we'll wrap around that one. So that's the wire wrapped around the second drill. There's one more hole there to finish the wrapping of the main end of the clip. So that's the main end of the clip formed. I have two original clips here. This one's off my 1990 bike. This is a broken one that I think was off the 94 bike. The distance from the feature on the end to that corner there is different on them. I'm going to copy the longer version there, which possibly is the later version. So I'm going to put that bend in next. So this is my latest version. That's the latest bend there. It's just an approximation of what the other wire clip is. By bending around the drills, you get a fairly even shape at least. That's my second attempt at bending this wire. I'm getting slightly better at it. That's the original. On the inside I had to look twice to see that. My second attempt is next to it. My first attempt probably also isn't too bad. I might have another go, put one in the spares box. So there's the original and three others and one broken one there. I was just using the drills out of a standard banana kit. Just roughly chose drills that fitted the holes in the original one. Well, that's the idle adjuster and an original wire clip. Let me see how the ones I've made go. That's number two. Getting this end of it lined up with the groove in the adjuster needs a little bit of tweaking. That's number three. Again, the angle of the end of it needed tweaking to make it work, but I think that one will work. You probably can't tell any difference from any of these pictures. This one is the last one I'm trying. It shows you the sorts of bends that are needed to get it close to alignment. This needs to be bent more up here, and that needs to be bent over that way a little bit. Maybe the angle that lays out that way is probably about right. That's the last wire clip. Look, they seem to be all able to be adjusted to the right angle and height with a little bit of fine tweaking. The important bends, the ones that wrap around the actual knob there, that seems to grip the knob nicely. Loop on the end goes around a 4mm screw. All of those are usable, and I will put the original one back on my 90 bike, put one, or probably leave that one on this latest 96 bike, and use another one on my '94 bike. That was a useful exercise. It's a fairly simple thing that anybody can do. Dale Lancaster tells me that these pieces are available on eBay relatively cheaply. If that's the case, I might buy 4 of those because all of mine on my 4 bikes are all pretty tatty. Well, the post arrived. The new chain's there. It came from Motorcycle Spares Warehouse in Melbourne. Can't really complain about the service. It was ordered last Thursday or Friday, so it's taken a week, which is a little bit longer than supposedly was dispatched by last Saturday. It's probably just Australia Post being a pain in the arse. Anyway, that lets me get on with the engine and measuring the new chain as best I can against that steel rule. 12 bananas of chain measures 12 bananas, so that's a good thing. I'm going to try and show a method. This is the new chain, and if I try and hold my hand at one end fairly horizontally, you can see how much droop there is over the length of that chain. It's wanting to swing around in the breeze, but I'm thinking less than 100 millimetre droop over the length of that chain. Now compare that to one of the older chains here. Again, I'm just trying to swing it up so that my hand is roughly horizontal, and you'll see the train is drooping probably 200 millimetres. The other used chain, same technique. I'll slowly twist my hand so that the right hand end of the chain is close to horizontal, and again possibly 200 millimetres droop in the chain there. So that's a test of how much slack stretch is potentially in a chain. I'm over fucking around with little clips. I'll get this chain and guides into the engine tomorrow. Get out to your shed and have some fun.